Ancillarization. This is a new topic or a topic which you might be hearing for the first time. Ancillarization. First, we have to know what is the meaning of this and how it is relevant in or how it is relevant while starting a business or whilst becoming an entrepreneur. What is the role of this ancillarization? So, first, you can see the meaning over here. Ancillary unit is normally defined as an industrial unit having investment in fixed assets, in plant and machinery, whether held on ownership or on hire purchase, not exceeding rupees 100 lakhs, and they are engaging in different types of activities. Like they are normally engaging in manufacturing of parts, components, sub assemblies, etc. They also provide services or they even propose to provide services to many other undertakings. They also can take up subcontracting as part of their business activity, catering to a large industrial undertakings. So, ancillary units, we can call them as support units. Support units who are actually helping in large industrial undertakings. This ancillaries and subcontracting in India, it commonly started with several government enterprises. Like in almost every sector, every government sector, like for defense, railways, telecommunications, heavy electricals, or petrochemicals, and all these areas, we can see this ancillarization and subcontracting. What they do, these PSU or these public sector undertaking, they give subcontract. They will subcontract certain items, maybe some standard items or some low technology items to small industries, which have a name and fame in the market and which will be able to provide these materials at the proper time. So, what is the benefit of this? When we are subcontracting some of the activities, the main companies or the large undertakings, they can concentrate on the core activities. Core activities like, for example, they can design, they can develop, they can undertake research, like that. Whereas less important items, not less important, or standard items or low technology items can be subcontracted. So many times we can say such kind of PSUs are helping in developing of such ancillary units. Like we can say they work in a combined model. Industries, they work as a model of partnership and they subcontract with assured orders to different ancillary units by also providing them assistance in technology, specialized manufacturing facility, raw materials, tooling, testing facilities, etc. Many large scale industries are there, be it in private sector or in public sector. They have their own ancillary chains and majority of their or major percentage of their work is undertaken by these ancillary units or subcontract. So in our country, ancillary units have a very good scope of development, especially because where in areas where there are large industrial undertakings. So they are mainly undertaking or mainly we can say mainly involved in these kind of activities, like they are manufacturing parts or components, sub assemblies, etc. They will not be focusing on any major product, like they will not be introducing anything like that in the market. Rather, they are supporting the large industrial units to work properly. Now here in next slide you can see the objectives, why these industries should be developed, why ancillary units should be developed. Definitely it will help in employment opportunities in different fields and in different parts of the country. Because when a large industry is there, a large industrial undertaking is there, it will require different types of components. So these type of components can be provided by small ancillary units. In that way, we can say that it will help in developing employment opportunities and entrepreneurship. Similarly, dispersal of industrial activities in various regions. Some of the raw materials may be particularly available in some region. Some technology might be unique in some region. So, through ancillary units, it helps in dispersing or spreading industrial activities in various regions so that there is equitable distribution of economic power. That is, each and every area will be getting developed. They also help in developing single or multiple discipline expertise. Like some ancillary units will be specializing only in one type of product. Some ancillary units will be having more specialization. They will be dealing with multiple areas. And whatever it is, it will actually support the large industrial undertaking. It also helps in increasing productivity of small scale units. Many times small scale units might be not having appropriate technology, or they might be facing raw material issues and all, or components issues, maintenance issues and all. These things can be sorted out by taking the help of ancillary units. Another reason is the growth of low cost economy. Low cost economy means many times companies try to reduce the cost. So in order to overcome that, to provide good and appropriate technology, ancillary units can be depended upon, because their job is to focus on only those parts, only that particular industrial activity. Then to provide an effective solution to the marketing problems of small enterprises in the initial period also, or even afterwards whenever they require support. So ancillary units are supporting units, we can say. Then what are the benefits? It's almost similar to the earlier one. Benefits is that a choice to manufacture components or purchase from outside. We have two options: make or buy decision. You might be knowing make or buy. Make means we can produce everything in our firm itself. Buy means we buy from outside. So this a firm which is producing the final product has a choice whether to manufacture the components or purchase from outside. Because of these ancillary units only this is possible, because even if they are not able to manufacture certain things in their firm because of lack of specialized equipment or anything like that, or because maybe lack of specialized or skilled employees, they can definitely go for taking help from the ancillary units. So there is a choice for the manufacturing companies. Then advantages to buy inputs from specialized subcontractor firms. When we are giving this subcontracts, or when we are approaching these ancillary units, they will be having more knowledge, they will be having more specialization in that particular items. So it will be advantageous to approach these people. It will lead to reduction in overhead or infrastructural cost, because in our case when we are manufacturing we will have to look after many other associated expenses also, because the parent unit or the main unit, they will have to arrange for capital investment, transportation cost, additional labors, etc. Wherein if we are trying to get it from outside, it will be more better. Rise in the cost of capital has also affected the growth of ancillaries. Same way, when the parent unit or when the company wants to set up a large industry, we know the type of investment they will have to do. They will have to invest in large technology, sophisticated technology, and all. So this will lead to rise in the capital. So in order to avoid that to an extent, we can be dependent on ancillaries. Then what are the different factors which has affected ancillarization? The thing is, in our country, especially where there are large public sector undertakings and even large private companies also, the size of the operations of these companies have increased enormously. Because of this, they are compelled to subcontract some of the production activities to the ancillaries, because such parent units will not be able to focus on each and every activity. So they might be subcontracting some to the ancillary units. And it is more convenient also for the parent units or for large scale manufacturers to get the ancillary units, make or manufacture items for them. And they can concentrate on major other problems like organization problems, marketing problems, finance problems, etc., rather than shifting their focus on finding raw materials, framing production units, those things. So this is more convenient for large units. Similarly, we can also economize. Economize means we can reduce the cost by subcontracting various activities. Same way, it is economic to have some items from ancillary units, because when they are being manufactured inside, it could be more costly. Same way, by subcontracting manufacturers, they can protect themselves from price fluctuations. Like by subcontracting or by approaching ancillary units, a large scale manufacturer is able to protect himself against fluctuations in price because the prices of many items like raw materials and all, we place the order before itself, like we enter into contract earlier itself, and the price fluctuations will not affect our company. So because of these many reasons, companies look forward for ancillarization. But at the same time, there are certain problems faced by ancillary unit. First one is vulnerability to variations in demand. The immediate problem, this is the primary problem faced by ancillary unit, where the large scale company owners or the parent units, they always don't show much importance in demand, and that responsibility will be with the ancillary units. So they will have to provide goods. Sometimes even if demand is not there, their products will remain idle, or they will have to practically remain idle till the demand is actually there in the market. Same way, highly specialized machines and ancillary units which cannot be used elsewhere. The production apparatus means equipments in the ancillary unit would be highly specialized, and it will be tailor made or customized. So that will be suitable only for certain type of product. It cannot be used everywhere. So because of this reason, the ancillary units cannot switch to some other product because they have already invested in this equipment that cannot be used elsewhere. So that is again another disadvantage. Then, during the times of financial crisis, parent companies may ignore the payment due to ancillary unit. That is, many times during the times of financial problems, there is a tendency on the side of the parent firms to squeeze the ancillary units by giving them or by not providing them credit or payment. So they are more vulnerable to such debt issues. Another reason is that disadvantage is that they depend heavily on large scale units. They depend heavily on the ancillary units, especially in India, depend or they lean too heavily on large scale units. This dependence cannot be avoided because many times these ancillary units cannot stand on their own. So when there is industrialization, when there is growth and development, and when there are large scale operations, that time only the ancillary units will be more in demand. So these are the problems faced by ancillary units. So you have to remember here, what is an ancillary unit? Ancillary unit, we can say in simple words, these are subcontracting units, or they will be having investment in fixed assets, in plant and equipments and machinery and all. And this focus on manufacturing parts, components, etc. They provide services or even they propose to give services to various other industrial undertakings. That is, here you can see that percentage, rendering of services or proposing to render or supply not less than 50%. That means at least 50% of the production of services should be utilized by the other firm, parent firm. And largely they depend on large scale industrial undertakings. This is an ancillary unit.